Hey, I was sitting at work today thinking about how choosing yourself, aka putting yourself first, is the highest form of self love that you can do. And it reminded me of a story from when I was a child. I don't remember exactly what happened. Maybe I hadn't been doing my schoolwork, I got in trouble, I don't know. My dad asked me what I was going to do when I worked at a job I didn't like, or my boss yelled at me, or uh, he was trying to explain that in life, you're going to come upon situations that you don't have much control over, and you can't just do whatever you want. And my response was, I'll just quit my job. And it's kind of funny because that was basically my small child way of saying I'll choose myself. And I do choose myself. Maybe sometimes it takes me a little while, but for my 44th birthday, I fell on my tailbone and had an injury, and it was exacerbated by work. I was working at a law firm as a paralegal, and the office manager was out because she was sick, and so I was in the office and had to stand up and do some stuff to be able to fill in for her. And by the time I was done with that, my back hurt really badly. So I ended up going to the doctor the next day, and he told me that I wasn't to work until I had the results of some tests. Some natural disasters happened, so that put a delay in getting the results back. And at some point in the first week of this going on, the owner of the firm called me and wanted to have questions answered because they weren't understanding how things were happening. And so I started to explain, and I was very quickly cut off and told that we wouldn't discuss it any further. We'd discuss it when I got back. Then I got an email from the office manager and the owner that said basically I wasn't going to be paid until I returned to work because I was negative on my leave balance, and that we didn't need to discuss it any further. And I had been more negative on my leave previously and got paid. I had a coworker that was about to be giving birth, and they were going to be giving her a month of paid time off in addition to the month that she had, so that she'd be able to take, maybe it was in addition to the 80 hours that she had, so that she'd be able to take 6 weeks off and she could take more unpaid if she wanted. I don't remember the specific details, but they didn't want to pay me while I was going to be out. And, whatever, okay, don't pay me. But they treated me like I was a liability in this situation. I had 3 or 4 panic attacks in that time frame. I had 3 or 4 panic attacks my entire life. So as the time got closer to go back to work, I just kept looking at my husband and being like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot go back there. So I did go back on the day I was supposed to go back, and I walked in. I wrote out my email explaining what was going on, that I was not going to be working there anymore. I packed my stuff and I got the heck out of there within 30 minutes. I didn't work for a couple of months, and that caused some financial struggles, but I chose myself. I will always choose myself because that is one of the best, most important things that you can do for you. You have to love you. You have to put you first, because if you're not doing that, then you're not going to be able to effectively be there for anybody in your life. So be like me. Be like small Nicole, adult Nicole. I'll just leave and then leave. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. Like I'm not a very I'm a pretty selfless person. I will help anybody that I can, sometimes even when I probably shouldn't. But I will also put myself first because that's important in life. Do you put yourself first? If you don't, you should start. Do something small. Find 30 minutes once a week to do something that's just for you. Take a walk out in nature, read a book, take a bath, go hang out with friends. Do something for you. Put yourself first. Choose you. When you start to do that and you get good at that, that's when the magic really starts to happen in life. Trust me. What do you got to lose?